This is SDR News and Geekazine.com's coverage of NAB, brought to you by HP.
Hi, this is Andy McCaskey from SDR News. We're here in the HP booth at the National Association of Broadcasters. I'm talking with the founder and CEO of a company in Boston called 1Beyond. This is Terry-Cullen. Now, in a nutshell, what is it that 1Beyond does?
Thank you, Andy. We manufacture purpose-built systems for the video industry. We've been doing it now for 16 years. We have a number of very unique products, and we're here at the show with HP because we have introduced a number of Mac-based rugged field products with LTO HP drives in them.
Okay. So did your career start on the production side or the broadcast side?
Actually, it started with editing.
CMX editors?
We were one of the first, if not the first company, I don't know, to do native DV editing back in the day with the first Sony DV camera. That's how it all started. Instead of a very expensive system for editing that people had to rent because it was so expensive, you could buy a 1Beyond system for $5,000 and own it yourself. That's how it started.
Well, and that, of course, brought you into the world of tape, and it has certainly changed over the years.
Absolutely, yes. One of the things we're introducing here at the show is what we call the Quad Archiver. And this is for a company that has hundreds or even thousands of tapes, legacy tapes we refer to them, and they want to record 4 at a time. So instead of taking 6 years, they can do all this recording and putting stuff on LTO 6 in a year and a half.
Okay, so they can get it to digital format. They have a reference copy then as well?
Actually, yes. It'll do the format that you choose for your archive. It'll do the proxy, and it'll write it to LTO Tape, and we can provide you with several different media asset management links as well.
So there were a number of formats, analog formats and digital both. What is the most popular one, or the one that your customers generally deploy? That's
a hard question because some of them are very digital oriented with the beta tapes, digibeta, let's say. And some of them go clear back to the 1-inch tapes, and of course the whole ball game now is I don't want to maintain these old tape decks, and for the cost of maintaining those old tape decks, they can buy archive equipment and get it all on LTO 5 tape where they can find it, and it's preserved.
Now, your products are in use all over the world. What are some of the more extreme environments?
Yes, we are in a lot of what we call off-the-grid locations with our equipment. We've been to Siberia is a great example I enjoy with the Cameron Pace Group shooting Russian bears. We were recently in the hills of Japan shooting the snow monkeys with a producer there. And basically the whole idea is let's get this valuable footage onto LTO 6 or 5 as soon as possible, and that way it's safe, and also you get an insurance possibility, a possible deduction. So you can go to our website and read about the producer that did the snow monkeys, and he saved so much money from his insurance company putting stuff on LTO tape that it paid for the equipment.
Okay, so when you were saying insurance, I thought you were talking almost from a joking standpoint. You're talking literally they were able to save that.
Literally, yes. The insurance companies love LTO tape because they, if the shoot is lost in some respect, the insurance has to pay for it to be done all over again. And the LTO archiving right up front gives them a huge comfort factor.
So you touch the video production and broadcasting virtually every step along the way then?
Yes, well, we've been there, done that over the 16 years. We were the first out with HD systems, one of the first, I should say, affordable HD. We were one of the first with 3D. So we're kind of, as the name would suggest, on the forefront of technology, and we got involved with LTO Tape when LTFS was first in its infancy, so that's why if you go to our website, you'll see a very rich product line of LTO products.
What was driving then this transition that you just announced here at NAB of adding the Mac platform?
Well, in the video industry, of course, there is a very high focus on Mac and Mac software, and we have built these rugged systems for years, but they had to be PC based because we weren't allowed to take and put a Mac inside of a rugged case. Finally, we have been able to do that, and we have a complete untouched Mac system inside, and running OS X all above board, very ruggedized, and so people are very excited that they can now run their favorite OS X software on it.
Right. And be able to work with their MacBook into LTO 6 directly. Now, you have a dedicated box for that, right?
Yes, we have a product we call the Thunder Tape, and it's an LTO 6 tape or 5, whatever you choose, and it connects to your Mac laptop or whatever by a Thunderbolt connection. So instead of having all these external boxes now and all these wires going all over the place and power cables, you now can have one box and one Thunderbolt connection, and you're in business.
Now, in your presentation, you talked about LTO 6 as having a very long horizon, and most particularly Discovery Communications, some work that you're doing for them.
Yes, Discovery Communications has a number of channels. I don't know what the number is because they've recently purchased some more networks, but on the production side, they have 400 to 500 companies producing for them. And so they have had a huge incoming inspection.
All of them sending in tapes and discs, and you don't know whether the data is there, you don't know if there's viruses, all sorts of QA issues.
Exactly. You don't know if there are black frames in it, you don't know. So they have been searching for a standard. And finally, with LTFS, they are now comfortable that they can require all of their production companies to submit on LTO tape. And they came to us to develop the QA system that is going to be used around the world with Discovery Communications to actually inspect those tapes as they come in for viruses and formats and file names, and finally to actually check the essence of the video. Which means how many black frames are there, is the audio level correct, and so forth, and now it's completely automated.
So where can people go to find more about your products and the technology in general?
Go to 1Beyond.com, and that's 1Beyond is the number 1, not O-N-E, so 1Beyond.com, and also 877 1Beyond.
Okay. Terry, thanks very much for joining us here today. 1Beyond, the systems and the whole world of tape and LTO. This is Andy McCaskey for SDR News here at NAB 2013.